What's on YouTube? It's PTT back at it with another Destiny 2 video. Today, guys, we are talking about faction rallies. Pretty cool, I know. I'm excited to see how this is actually going to play out. Obviously, we know roughly how it's going to play out because it was in This Week at Bungie. Of course, I will link the full This Week at Bungie article in the description down below. If you haven't checked it out, I highly suggest you do so. A lot of cool images, but of course, we're going to pull out everything I think you need to know and cover it in this video. So, first up, like I said, starting September 26th at 2 AM Pacific, you can volunteer your services in support of your favourite faction, and you can decide who gets the most loot. Now, there's a lot of different things that are going to happen with this faction rally. We're going to try and break it down as best we can. So the way I read it, guys, is, first of all, you're going to have to hit level 20, finish the campaign, and have access to the tower. Then, when the faction rallies go live, you can pledge your allegiance to a certain faction. Dead Orbit, Future Warcult, or New Monarchy. Now, you can only pick one of these per character. So you can pledge allegiance to one faction per character. The way I am going to do this is I'm going to have, my Titan registered with one, my Hunter registered with another, and my Warlock registered with a third. That way I have available loot from all of them. I can try anything and everything out. Although I am a Dead Orbit main through and through, I do like the other gear and like playing with them. Obviously, content creator aside, it's just cool to be able to have access to all the different things. So, you pledge your allegiance to a faction. You have to get resources. That is the aim of this, okay? You gain resources for your faction while destroying resources for the other faction. The way you do this is by going into the open world and completing activities. So, you can do public events, you can do lost sectors, you can do strikes, you can do raids, you can do crucible. And as you complete these activities, you are rewarded with faction tokens that you can turn in for faction packages full of loot. Now, while we're on the topic of packages full of loot, let's actually have a quick look at some of the specific faction gear that we can get for each one. So first up, my favourite, Dead Orbit. As you can see, we have Titan, Hunter, Warlock, Dead Orbit gear. We have 2 shaders, and we have 4 weapons, the Pulse Rifle, the Hand Cannon, the Sidearm, and the Shotgun. Now, personally, I already have the Pulse Rifle and the Hand Cannon, and they are exceptionally nice. I really do like them. The shaders, as always, are going to look cool. I'm a Dead Orbit person. I love the black and white, baby. That is how I roll, so I'm excited to see them back. The gear, however, although it looks good, does personally feel to me like a bit of a reskin. The Hunter gear there is pretty much the European Dead Zone gear. I know this because my Hunter is spec'd out in EDZ gear head to toe, so I know what it looks like. The same can be said with the Titan gear, but nonetheless, guys, it does look very nice. Now, as you level up these packages, obviously you're going to get some of this specific Dead Orbit gear if you are partnered with Dead Orbit, but you also stand a chance to get some other gear. As you can see in the bottom of the image, you get your legendary shards, you can get various other weapons and pieces of armor too. Moving on to Future Warcult. Again, as you can see, we have the Titan, Hunter, Warlock gear, but this time Future Warcult offer up the Hand Cannon, the Auto Rifle, the Scout Rifle, and the Sniper Rifle. Now, again, this is where I'll get onto that whole reskin thing, because to me the Hand Cannon basically looks like a better Devil's. The Omolon Auto Rifle there looks like the Uriel's Gift. The Scout Rifle looks like that Omolon Legendary Scout Rifle that has explosive payload. I can't remember its name, but it is a pretty cool Scout Rifle. And the Sniper actually reminds me, when I first saw it, of the Ex Machina from Wrath of the Machine. Again, though, the gear looks cool, and as well as standing a chance to get your faction-specific loot, you can also stand a chance of getting other gear too. So other armor, other weapons, and of course legendary shards. Moving on to New Monarchy then. As you can see, again, we have the New Monarchy gear. Looks like a reskin to me. They seem to be offering up the Auto Rifle, the Scout Rifle, the SMG, and the Shotgun. Now, I actually have to be honest, I've never really liked New Monarchy, but the shader does look pretty cool. The red and gold, I'm kind of digging it. What character I'm going to actually go for each faction, I'm not sure yet. My Hunter has become my main, so my Hunter will probably be Dead Orbit, where my Titan will be Future Warcult, and my Warlock probably New Monarchy. But again, guys, the same with New Monarchy as the other 2 factions, you stand a chance of getting your other gear as well as the faction-specific loot. Now, that's not it. Okay, when we talk of terms of loot, there isn't just the faction-specific gear and all the other armor that is currently in the game dropping out of those packages. Each faction wants to bring you to them. It wants to say, come and fight for us, rally to our cause, not the other factions. So the way they're going to do this is they're actually going to offer up a faction-specific special weapon as a reward to be sold if they emerge victorious. So obviously there is one of these for each faction, Dead Orbit, Future War Cult, New Monarchy, and if that faction wins, then you can buy this special weapon for 1,000 Glimmer. However, okay, to make it fair, if you pledge allegiance to another faction and they're the faction that don't win, you can still buy the weapon of the winning faction, but it will cost you 50,000 Glimmer. So yeah, guys, get saving. That is a huge amount of Glimmer to actually spend on a weapon, especially when we get onto them. So first up, we have the Dead Orbit Scout Rifle then, okay? Looks fantastic. I absolutely love it. But, okay, guys, this to me, as I'm sure you all know, looks exactly, it is the Call to Serve Scout Rifle you can get from Devon K. Now, that doesn't bother me. Personally, I love the weapon. It has triple tap on it. It's a laser beam. It has a high magazine size, so it is good damage for PvE, and it is very good in the Crucible as well. And to me, it's in Dead Orbit. I'm a Dead Orbit player, so I'm personally quite happy to see it. But to me, again, it's a reskin. Are these weapons going to have special perks that their counterparts don't have? I don't know. We're going to have to wait and see. They don't actually talk about that in this week at Bungie. We are going to have to just play the waiting game, which sucks. But I would think, and I would hope, that if these are the exact same weapon, so if this is a Call to Serve, exactly, and it doesn't just look like it, it will have a unique intrinsic talent that you don't get on your standard Call to Serve. Otherwise, it's just pointless. It really is pointless if they don't do something special with them. Future War Cult are offering up a pulse rifle. Now, to me, this is the Nurgle PR4, and again, I say, although the weapon looks good, for 50,000 Glimmer, I want it to have a different perk on it than the standard Nurgle PR4. Maybe it has all of the same perks that the Nurgle has, but then it has an extra one as well. But again, guys, I've said it already, we are going to have to wait and see, sadly. And finally, we have the New Monarchy sidearm. This is that Suros fully automatic sidearm. I don't have it. I don't know if it's any good. I probably wouldn't use it even if I did have it, because I'm just not a fan of sidearms. Yeah, and that's where we're at the moment, guys. That was this week at Bungie. That shows off the loot. It explains how the faction rallies are going to work. Like I said at the beginning, it will run from the 26th all the way through until October 3rd at 2 AM Pacific. And Bungie will actually declare a winner later on that day. So at 10 AM Pacific on October 3rd, they will announce a winner. So yeah, basically, guys, make sure you've got a load of Glimmer stacked up. Decide what faction you want to be on. I would recommend, if you have multiple characters, you have one in each faction rather than all of the same. That way you know you'll get a cheap weapon one way or another, because, you know, if you've got a character spec'd with each faction and that faction wins, you just swap characters and go and buy it once cheaply and pass it around all your characters as and when you need it, rather than, you know, having all three, let's say, at Dead Orbit and Future War Cult win and you have to go spend 50,000 Glimmer. That's the way I'm going to run it, but of course, you know, you guys run it however you want to. Guys, I would love to know your thoughts about the faction rallies. They sound pretty cool to me, but, you know, I want to wait and see exactly how they play out. I kind of don't know how it's going to play out. You know, I don't know whether the faction rallies are going to be here for that week and then they're going to disappear and then they'll come back next month. You know, is this one of the ways they keep the content drought out, by having them come back, you know, once a month or something and then they disappear again? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But I would, of course, as I said, love to know your thoughts about the whole thing in the comment section down below. And that being said, guys, if you like the video, drop a thumbs up. Let me know all of your thoughts. Maybe you want to talk about something else of a recent video. Just hit me up in the comment section down below if you're new to the channel. Don't forget to subscribe for daily Destiny videos. But for now, Guardians, as always, thank you very much for watching, and until the next one, we'll catch you all soon.